Little Pip over there is like, I want to find a place to plant the seed. I don't know where yet, though. Oh, I found a place. It's going to be over here. Thank goodness that I can walk on walls and ceilings. There we go. Can't grow here. Don't care, though. On with my day. Take care, Waffle Baffle Twitch. Thanks for dropping by. It was lovely to have you, mate. Right, so we're getting to the point now that we have almost filled this place with hydrogen. Almost. Not quite there yet, but not far off it either. I'm gonna need to get a little bit more copper ore. Give me an extra. How much was it? Okay, give me 5. That'll leave me a little bit for extra. As you can see, there's actually quite a lot of oxygen here. To be fair, over here there's a load of oxygen in that corner. My lord. But the CO2 is starting to be compacted. Eventually it'll start being eaten. What I'm going to try and do to hurry it along is put a little vent around here somewhere, probably there. Just pushing it about. I'm probably going to get rid of all of these, though. There's no point. They're not going to get any better now. We've lost that as a food source. We are actually getting quite bad with food sources. We need to start digging a little deeper. These excellent fruits aren't too bad, but I'm a bit concerned. I could make these a much higher priority, but they're already 8. I've got insufficient. That's why I've not been gathering any, isn't it? I've not been gathering the ice as diligently as I had hoped to be doing. That would be my problem. Let's go up there, grab some ice. I will then have a little spot down here to store the ice, hopefully. Somewhere out of the way. See, the problem with this is injecting heat via the via this room, which is reasonably warm. What's the main O2 supply? Electrolyzers. Here we are. Clean water goes in. Electrolyzers produce hydrogen, oxygen. Oxygen gets pumped out once the pressure in here is at a certain amount. Hydrogen gets pumped out by the same sort of mechanic, effectively. Only want ice to be stored there because it can run down on this side. That was a bit of a mistake on my part, really. Should have made this a layer lower. In fact, I'm going to do that. This is a reasonably high importance, so let's get that. Let's get that done quickly now, peeps. In fact, I could, of course, stick these like that. One for polluted ice, one for regular ice. Well, I may as well allow it, just so that we still have no particular chance of stuff flowing back this way. Oh, but what's happening there? Water is not flowing correctly. Huh. Problem is now the flow is confused. Because water exited this direction is trying to go in that direction. So what I need is to, unfortunately, deconstruct this and have a bridge to help it understand the direction that this liquid should flow. Bit of an annoyance there, but... let's get that done. Temperature up here is pretty chilly still. The sandstone is losing its temperature reasonably quickly. And we are occasionally finding little bits and bobs like wart seeds and things hidden in places like that. Right, this one should be for liquefiable, polluted, ice. Make that a 7. This one for polluted ice, make that a 7. Generally speaking, I would like these things done fairly quickly. That should stop being there, basically. We've done all of the... we've done enough breaking down and stuff. So, time for me to deconstruct you. And deconstruct you. There we go. Finally done it. Right, let's build that across. I could even have a third if I really wanted to, but I don't think there's much need to. Instead, let's go for just a regular point there. Right, at this stage, if I tell them to sweep everything up here, they should only be able to sweep a handful of items. Generally, just the ice. So hopefully, that'll get done. Let's get that ice down here. Get the ices into the icy fans. Get people using the icy fans. Got a lot of igneous rock up here just because I replaced so much of the piping. Pain to be sure, but... right. Hopefully we can get this stuff done reasonably soon. I'm actually going to rise its priority, because once that's done, I can disconnect this over there. In fact, I should just go ahead and do that now. There we go. We'll expand out the hospital. Have a little bit more room in there for peeps. I'm going to need to get up here in order to do that work, though. Oh, trees in the way. Damn. Let's deconstruct that then. Kind of the same thing over here, but not quite as difficult to solve. There we go. There we are. Perfect. That's what I needed to see. Some chill. There they go. Immediately started again. Now this is, of course, very duplicant, labor-intensive. But with the base heating up as it is, kind of necessary. Right, how about we stop you guys constantly complaining about that by mopping all of that up? I'm fine with the polluted ice existing there because it'll just drain straight away, but... right, now that I can see things that I don't care about... now, there's a couple of things down here, though, that's interesting. What's there? It's just sand. So, cancel that. I'll allow them to finish hauling all of this across, because the more ice that we store, the longer it will keep its temperature. Quick glance. You're doing okay. Need to get you some levels in here. There you go. Belial. Wanting to be even better at building. In fact, let's take you all the way with building. Construction 3. Well, actually, I should have probably put a point into advanced research, but it's done now. We're going to continue building up alacramps. I think that's all we're going to do there. All day long, mop, 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 while I sing this song. Mop, mop, mop. Indeed, Bilal, indeed. Hello, it's me, SDS. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, I know, guys. This is going to be rough. This is going to be super rough. There are far too many of you for the amount of food that I have available for you. And there's not a lot I can do about it for now. Genuinely just going to be rough. Excellent fruit down there has got a lot of calories in it, but getting to it is a bit more of a pain in the bum. Still, I suppose we could just go straight down here and then straight up the other side. Go up here instead. Let's make these priority 8s. But yeah, we've got 9 people in a colony that could that really only has the food production for about 6. Hey there, Aavak. I was wondering, did you finish Death Stranding on stream or in private? I haven't, actually. It's a game I'd like to come back to at some point. I really enjoyed Death Stranding, as it happens. So I was thinking, I wonder if Terraria is going to go on sale due to the update tomorrow. I checked my wishlist and find it's not even on there. Wondering how it got off my wishlist. I go to the store page and see it's tagged in your library. Oh, when did that happen? Interesting. But yeah, we are going to struggle for food. I just don't have much that I can do to try and deal with that right now. Got eggs here and there, heather and yum, but not nearly enough. It's going to be quite the problem. I should have resolved my food situation a long time ago. But I faffed around with too many other things. I'm still doing it. Okay, so in terms of food, what do we absolutely positively right now need? Let us consider the necessities. We're going to need a station, grooming, the hatches, a place to drop off the hatches, a door into the hatch farm. That can exist. Well, honestly, there's no point in making it out of insulated tile. I don't think. We can just as easily make it out of just a regular block. Okay. And then feeders, I guess. You could even have 2 feeders. No, 1 is strictly speaking all you need. I'm not sure how much this can hold. 2,000 kilos, so 2 tons. How much can this hold? 20 tons. So realistically then, what I would want is this there, full of rock, whatever the hatches would eat, and an auto sweeper just moving it between the two. To be fair, Annie, I was always asking chat, do we get more people? It's not entirely my fault there. The bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries or your kids. I mean... It's true. To be fair, though, I was umming and ahhing over how we were going to deal with the hatches and deal with their population, which will expand quite quickly. How many tiles is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 7. It's not exactly manageable in that sense. How wide can this go? I can have it a little bit wider, actually. I'd like to give them about as much room as I can. So if I was going to build this, it would have to sit about here, I would say. Just putting that there for reference right now. Want a grooming station. There. I'm going to want an incubator. Not strictly speaking necessary in each room, but it's kind of nice to have. Unpowered, I just have it there to reserve an egg slot for that room. I mean, I could power it. I could even use some little tricks to reduce how much power it consumes. By only turning it on for a certain amount of time, just enough for a duplicant to pop in there and just lullaby the egg, just so I get the growth buff out of it. So this is 9 tiles. And the biggest stable I can make is 96. So I can have 10 tiles tall and then an extra 6 tiles. On the surface, that's easy enough. But every so many tiles, I would want to use up 7 tiles. How many? Let's draw out the room first. So that's 5. So I'd have an extra room for 6 tiles. So something like this. That would give me my 96. But now I've got to get another 7. So that's 3. Extra 4. I'm going to want another 7. Right there. Now you can use the extra space that you have in these places for lots of things. Lots and lots of things. Realistically speaking, you can just have a large enclosure so that your animals have all the space they want to use. But that makes gathering their drops a little bit more of a pain in the bum. You can have very tall enclosures for things that you know, obviously things that can make use of the whole space. You don't even really need to worry about it. But for example, here what we can do is we can have these extra little spaces that I've got up here for storage. Or if you want gas tanks or water tanks and you just need to make it 3 tall instead of 2 tall. So 1, 2, 3. You could have 3 water tanks or 1 gas tank on this level. I should really make this out of sandstone since I've got so much. That being said, I've got a lot more igneous rock, actually. So don't forgive me for correcting myself there. Alright, so now I need another 7. That's 5. 6, 7. Another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this gives me 3 rows of storage potential. I'm not sure how much longer this stream's going to be going on for. I guess until people get bored of watching me, I suppose. But I haven't got any particular sort of time limit in mind. Something like this would allow me to have quite a lot of room to do all sorts of things in this space. And then I could fill this out with storages. And this would be enough. That's a good point. No one has reminded me to hydrate recently. I am actually quite parched now I think about it. Thank you for reminding me. See what I said about the whole... I don't take good enough care of myself lately. Oh. There we go. Someone had used that toilet, interestingly enough. Quite surprised by that one, actually. Can no one get in there? Could we get these done as a bit of a priority, please? Right, time for us to disconnect this water. All the mores! More! Corrales, thank you very much for the 5 months there. Hey, look at that! First stream I've caught in a little while. And I get an anniversary. Cool! Thank you so much. It was really kind of you. Thank you. Diolch. I'm doing reasonably well, Dagnall. Can't complain. Now with that done, oh, it's going to be a pain in the bum. Try and get rid of all of that. But I really do want to. I may have to just break the cladding up there to get access to it. It'll be a bit easier. Now, if I wanted to have 1, 2, I could have... If I move these across... I could have 2 triage cots in here, 2 mess halls, but 1 toilet, basically. It wouldn't necessarily be a bad move. Well, it might sound like one, but it may actually be okay. Yeah, the vent there's quit. We definitely want these down a little bit higher priority. But yeah, because just having two triage cots, two mess tables, but one lavatory and sink, that shouldn't be a problem. People, you know, they don't really have schedules while they're in here, so they can just take care of that when they need to. Mr. Blinks, hello! Well, Aavak, I need my sleep time, so lurk mode on and have fun for however long you play and stream. Looks like a little more, a little time more, indeed. Seeing how fast people are redeeming this. Alright, let's get rid of that. And I'll exchange that for one of these. I'll just shunt that across, basically. The sink. What's the temperature like in there? I mean, it's getting better, but it does need a lot more work. Oh look, there's already a hatch over there. How marvelous. Let's have a look at my food. Still got a excellent fruit that we've been holding on to this entire time. It's rather impressive when you think about it. Actually, that should not be there. This should be over here. Sometimes it does that weird glitch where you can't see the silhouette for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. There we go. Once that's set up, we can finally do away with all of this. Right, okay, so... currently, the polluted water is going on a bit of a merry trek. Not gonna lie. It's having an adventure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's make sure that all this is done. Again, fairly high priority actually. I'm gonna increase the priority even more. Let's get all of this done as quickly as we can. Need to get this sorted. Please have some food. I mean, technically, kind of food. Sorry, Pips. Needs must. How can I set this up though? Don't look at me like that. Don't. Stop it. Just drain a little power of my spawn for now. This is definitely an 8. I can totally specify that only a plumber breaks those pipes, yeah. In fact, it's becoming dire enough that I'm going to legitimately use a 9 there. What's the O2 look like? Oh, there's plenty of O2 in the base. What is all of this? Oh, CO2, that's fine. Okay. One omelette forever. Go ahead, crack sage hatchling eggs and crack the pip eggs forever. Don't crack the hatchling eggs, though, because I do want to farm them. Going to need these to be reasonably high priority buildings. Let's get on that, please. What's the opposite of minimum? Maxi Dad. Plumber Smack, that is glorious. I have never heard that one before. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Take care, Techno. Oh, don't worry about apologize. There's no need to apologize for only being on for a little while, mate. I just hope you enjoyed yourself, that's all. Absolutely no need for an apology. You know what? I could empty these pipes reasonably quickly if I had a plum job about here. Do I have no plumbers? I have no plumbers. Welcome. Really? Do I have no plumbers? I do, you liar. Why did you tell me lies? Oh. Don't have anyone currently who's set up to be able to cook. Well, there you go. I'm sorry. Hopefully your stress doesn't get too bad. Enjoy.